right, good evening and welcome. First things first. I've been sick since Thursday and I'm getting better, but I have not been awake for 4 hours in a continuous time for a long time. And I've already been up for a while. Um, so I might just have to call it after 2, 3 hours or something. We'll see. And it sucks because there was a Tantra week festival this weekend that I really wanted to go to, and I went there for like 2 workshops and got home, slept for a lot of time, got back there Saturday, went there for 2 workshops, and then went back home, and then didn't go there today. So that was pretty shit. I was like, oh my, I'm feeling better now. I'm feeling better now. Just pumped up on painkillers and Red Bull to go like, I'm fine. And then once the painkillers start wearing off, you go, I'm not fine at all. So yeah, not the smartest, but it was a good move to take today off and just chill and sleep. And we'll see how it goes. I got a sore throat. I got a headache, a little bit dizzy, just kind of low energy. Like there's a indicator blinking with low battery, and it's been blinking all day. So at some point it'll just go like power down. So yeah. So Factorio. Talked a little bit about upcoming things. I got me down since Thursday. Oh, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, probably. We've been making out with the same people, I guess. Yeah. So this week, upcoming week, I don't have anything to play tomorrow because the plan for next week is Foundry coming on. Oh my god, I fucking hate these stupid hype trains. I mean, not hype trains in general, but randomly triggered hype trains for no reason when there's no hype going on. That's annoying. Oh well. Let's not waste our time on this one, and then maybe another one later could be something. But this one's we're warming up, right? But anyway, who am I to decide that? Yeah. So anyway, Foundry is coming out on with update 2. Galactic Commerce. We'll do a new playthrough. I asked them and I talked to them and they were like, oh, you have to do a new playthrough. So we're gonna do a new playthrough. I have a schedule for Wednesday and Thursday, and maybe Saturday if I don't know how my Saturday is gonna look. I think that's yeah. So we'll play some this week, and then if I look at my calendar for next week, then yeah, okay. So next week it's gonna be Wednesday is going to be Captain of Industry launch. So we basically for Foundry we have tomorrow, Wednesday. No, not tomorrow because it doesn't release yet. So we have Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Saturday and Monday. So we have 3 or 4 days to actually play, and then I'll release a video of it on the 14th, and then we'll get started on Captain Industry on the 14th, and then that will be the main game for a while, for the rest of May, I expect. And then after May, looking far into the future, there's already week 19. That's so crazy. Like this year, it just started, and it's already level 19. It's already week 19. It stresses me out. Is it just me, or is time is moving faster as you get older, right? It must be. It's true. Hype train is not working anymore. Twitch fucked up my hype train, so they don't work anymore. So they trigger for no reason at random times. I got so stressed out. Like updating the weekly thing is where I sort of keep weekly schedule is kind of where I keep track of things, and everything like, oh, there's nothing new going on, and it's not until the summer, and suddenly like, oh shit, it's May, and the trees are blooming or whatever it's called. They're not blooming, but whatever. There are leaves to the trees, and the forests are bright green and beautiful and awesome, and all the animals and humans are running around like horny beasts, and it's lovely. You get heavier as you get older. That distorts time. So yes, sure. That's it's the gravitational effect that is that's causing it. Sure. But I'm also moving slower than I was when I was younger. So there's that effect as well, which is the other way. And oh right, there was by the way, there was Silver Cecil with the 40 months earlier, and then Timbo, thank you for the 33 months. Thank you. Yeah, we'll see how it goes today. Yeah. So what was it we have in June? We have Shapes 2, which is the big thing. There's Night Rain, which we're gonna play a little bit, but I think that'll be mainly be for just viewing and just. Lotsek, thank you for the Prime. Welcome.
It fills you with determination.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. What else do we have in June? Do we have anything else coming? There's no news on Dyson's Red program, so for me it would be perfectly fine if that's August or something. That would fit nicely. Be nice because you don't really have your birthday. Thank you. That's how much time should we allocate to that on stream? A month? It's fine, right? So we'll see what comes up. There's also recommend a game with the name. Yeah, let's think. I can't remember what we actually have in June. I've been sort of looking for May and then into June, but not much further than that. So today, for Factorio, basically I changed the title of the stream. And the title of the stream is it's going to be the question we have to ask ourselves today, that we have now landed on Volcanus. We are here. And then the question is, what are we going to do now? Are we going to build up on Volcanus? That was my initial idea because that was great. But as soon as I started looking into that, I realized that building anything without electromagnetic plants is going to be so wasteful. Yeah, June in June. Yeah, there's one little difference. Yeah, I think that's not in. Was that postponed? Yeah, let me see. Dune Awakening. That's an MMO, so it's probably gonna suck. But Season Pass. I already hate the game. It said Season Pass just when I googled it here. Oh, 10th of June. Okay, that's nice. Okay. Yeah, let's play that. I think it's gonna be awful. But it's Funcom making it. What is that? What is? Okay. Just looking at what else they made. Yeah, so it says similar games to the games you played, Valheim, Icarus. Well, that's a good sign. But I'm just the idea of Dune is perfect if you are thinking of it as a Valheim or Icarus, like a single player to small multiplayer game. But as an MMO, I can't see how that works, because I'm just thinking about like Stormwind with hundreds of name tags just bouncing up and down, and they're all the Kwisatz Haderach, and it's like that. It's so out of tune with the world. So yeah, I can't see how that's gonna work. But playing as a single player where you can sort of build the story around, oh, you are the potential Kwisatz Haderach, you're not, but you are the potential. Then that would be fine, and it would make a lot of sense. But everyone going through the same story just seems really silly. No idea how. but whatever. Hey, Lotec, first message. Lawrence, thanks for your masterclass. I am not asking too much. Can you create a train mining outpost for masterclass basics? No. Train mining outpost. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen a train mining. So you're mining trains. No, no. I don't know what it is, and no, I don't do masterclasses on demand, and I don't know what it is, so it's not something that's anywhere on my list of to-do things. It's also something that I would say it doesn't make any sense. I don't know what a train mining outpost is, but I don't do outposts. I don't do train mining. I don't know what that would be for. I don't know what planet is for, so I can very confidently say no, because it doesn't make sense. So, Akaiden, sure, if you already tested the new mini base on Novice, in case you haven't tried it yet, I'd like to share a concern for you to consider. I did a test run where I fully built the base and used wagons to ensure that there was no shortage of primary resources. Although I can't give you an exact time for launching the platform for White Science and launching the second ship, along with gathering the resources, the first trip took me about 4 hours since I was producing. Is that a concern? I don't know if that's a concern. I don't think. Yeah. Absolutely not. Nothing you do in normal gameplay. No. Train mining. No, train mining definitely not. But I think it's more along the lines of like just a mining outpost. No. Because I don't do outposts ever. I don't do it on Novice, and I don't do it on Volcanus, and those are my main planets. And I do it very limited for Fulgora, and I do it a little bit on Aquilo. So it doesn't make sense. The thing is, it's a thing of the past. This part about like, oh, this outpost, and you go out far away and you tap a 20 million iron deposit and you bring it home with large trains. Like, that's fine. Nothing about this has changed. You can just use the stuff from my old master classes. It just doesn't make any sense anymore. So, FID.com, FID. Thank you for the 32 months. But direct mining to train is something else, and that's also very, very niche. So, the fact that it will be a lot of time. Okay. I don't know. I did test runs where I just started the whole base, and just because I just moved the whole base from my TED design space to Novice, so I just cleaned out the space on Novice, damped it down, let it run. It didn't take 4 hours for it to saturate everything. It didn't actually take that long. So I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't think I feel that it was needlessly long time. So it might make sense for someone who doesn't have space age, maybe. But then that's just look at my vanilla games. Then that makes sense, right? Are the Assembly Machine 3 and Speed Module not correctly circuited on Volcanus? Are the Assembly Machines 3 and Speed Modules not correctly circuited? I don't know. I think they are. I would make him... If you see that they are not correctly set up, then say it like that. But I've set it up as correctly as possible. Showed a key problem. If one of the miners runs out, then the first wagon will never be filled and the train never leaves. Yes. Unless you set a condition, but then you sort of run. But I don't really like train mining. Train mining is for very, very late game, and I don't even think it makes sense anymore. I think I would also, given how it works now, I would actually do liquid wagons for metals. I think that's better. So. Back to the original questions. Do you want to play optional or effective? Then go to Fulgora. Yeah, I think I'm leaning more towards Fulgora as well in terms of this. I think it makes sense for us to... Hold on. Let me think out loud. I can feel my throat is getting sore, and I've been online for 15 minutes. This is not gonna pan out. I'm gonna destroy my throat if I continue. Since I don't have anything planned for tomorrow, we are gonna be changing the schedule to have Factorio tomorrow. And then, since you've showed up, we'll just run until the first break. Could I get a moderator to do an announcement today here in chat to put up so people know that we're just gonna do 1 hour, and then there will be Factorio tomorrow, because I don't want to be destroying my voice so that I cannot do anything at all, but I can already feel it getting strained, and I'm not eating raw egg yolk like that's for musicians. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, let me just update on... Oh, I forgot to actually do an announcement. Oh, I thought there was something I forgot. Ha! Then I'll do an announcement now. On Discord. Funny how I forgot the Discord announcement. Good, there you go. So that's announced. Should I go with the same city block on Gleba and Fulgora as we did on Volcanus? Yes, absolutely. A tea with honey. Anyway, I think, okay. Let's talk about what we want to get into, how we want to do it. So let's jump into the game. You can see my face is winching every time I swallow. Like, let's see which one it is. Was the transition broken? It worked for me. It even set the sound as well. Yeah, we built this last time. This is pretty neat. But it doesn't really do much for us right now. Okay, so I think that it makes the most sense to go to Fulgora, because, or let's say it like this: we build up to Novice, up to blue science, then we go to space, get the space science, then we go to Volcanus, get the metallurgic science, then as we do that, or together with that, we go back to Novice and get the purple science and yellow science, just microscopic. And do we though? Yeah, because you just need a little bit, because the base on Novice, as we go over to Volcanus, the base on Novice is going to be stuck. Science is done. There's nothing to build. It's just building up stockpiles. It's basically idle. So at that point, while we're working on building our Volcanus base, we want to give the Novice base a task. And that task is hey, whatever, when you're idle, just make a little bit of purple signs and yellow signs. Go, get at it. And then we'll also set up some uranium. So that means we can go back to, please let this work. Ah, I didn't do it here. Damn it. Okay, so I need to move the whole thing over. Then we'll basically set this thing up here. This little block, getting uranium in, uranium processing, getting uranium ammo, which is a yellow science, which we eventually get, and getting the explosives and the missiles, just so we have it. It also means that we'll have this teeny tiny thing here, which of course, as soon as we have these, it gets better. No? Oh, that just changed the... Oh, that's definitely not it. Yeah, legendaries. Whew. So, if I do this, this is making 0.67 per second. Let's just look at it per minute, just so we get a sense of it. So if we make 40 per minute, it's fine. It's not going to be fast. It'll just be like, it's chugging along. It's getting somewhere. Hello, Sukarant. How about getting cliff explosives? Yes, we also have cliff explosives. That's just a small build. We already have that. Then at some point, once we've unlocked the yellow assemblers here, then we can also upgrade this. And then it probably won't even be that much better because it'll now be, it's going to 55. It's not much better, but whatever. So it's about 1 per second, which is okay. Yanni, thank you for the 61 months.
Welcome home.
You still need to mine uranium before volcanoes for steep. What? Oh my god, that's... No, you don't. No. No, this is blue tech. It's not like a tech that... No, you have to do that. My god, that's horrible. Wow. I forgot that. Thank you. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is the problem with being like this. But it's still annoying. I actually think that's problematic. Because it makes sense when turbines are only used for nuclear, but since they're not only used for nuclear, then they shouldn't be locked here. Same with heat pipes. Like, why are heat pipes locked behind here? Why? What if you don't do nuclear? Then you can't go to Aquilo. Well, you can't go to Aquilo without nuclear power. The researching by Dune X is the worst new feature. Yeah, I think so. I think it's a stupid feature. I understand it from a railroading perspective that you want to keep sort of, oh, we don't want to have this huge tech tree. So we want to be like, oh, when you start this, then you open up this tree. It's fine when you design it like that from scratch, but this has not been designed like this. So now they added it artificially during the vanilla. And then with Space Age coming on top, it's just not really working very well. This and oil are the only two trigger sciences I hate for this weekend. Yeah, but I think it's... Yeah, science... The oil one is atrocious as well. Because why am I not allowed to do this research? Like, I could do this research here. Like, why can I not do mining productivity 1 without having pumped oil? Like, why? There's nothing about mining productivity 1 that's needed here. Also, this one... Bulk inserter. What? Oh, this one. This one gives us... this one is also like super, super nice to have, but you don't have it. Whew. Okay, I'm happy that I took the decision at 9 o'clock because I'm already strained, to say the least. Yeah, 2 options, yes. What about heating towers? Ah, but then I need to mine copper straw mat to light. Then there we go. That's the same. There should be a third option. That would be like, I don't know, something that happens automatically on Volcanus. Because they need it on Volcanus. But anyway, that's interesting to know. Yeah, well, we can wish for what it is, but it isn't. So we'll just have to make do with what we have and plan accordingly. Minus sulfur geyser. Yeah, something like that. Steam from acid on Volcanus to unlock the turbines. Yes, that would make sense. Yep. Mm-hmm. This one. Turbine. I think it makes sense, this trigger technology for the planets, so that you go to the planet and then you don't know what you're supposed to do, and then you just basically look like, okay, I got this research. Here it says, okay, entity calcite, that's what I need. Okay, and entity big volcanic rock. So once I do that, then I'm started. Then you go into the next. Go, okay, then I need to produce tungsten carbide. Sweet. Once you do that, you can actually use the tungsten carbide to make a foundry, because you really want to make the foundry. So it forces you to make the foundry which you really want, and the big mining drill that you also really want. It's also nice that we can then take foundries and make big mining drills over to... love that big electric mining drill is a prerequisite, because you're going to be hard pressed to get here without having that one research. Are you going to build directly green belts or jump blue belts? We are not going to do blue belts. Blue belts are wasted. But it's a good point, actually. Because the things that we want to do on Volcanus here is cliff explosives. Yes. And then it would be nice to actually have a small build for... that's not it. That's foundries. For... what are they? Here, right? But I'm not sure that's even feasible. Why did I make this 2 in between? That's like the worst. Two, three. The question is, what is it we want to bring to Fulgora? Do we want the green belts, or do we make do with red belts? It's going to be pretty obvious when we start recycling that red belts are just no good. That's what I'm thinking, because recycling is super intense in throughput, and if we are limited to red belt throughput, then it's kind of sucky. Green is free on volcanoes. Time is not free. This is more about this. My resource that I'm looking at is, what should I do next? What is the most valuable thing to do next? Which is, I guess, it's the same principle that all speedrunners are always doing. That should always be like, what is the most important thing to do next? Except I'm not speedrunning, but the idea is still like, if I go directly to Fulgora, without cliff explosives, without belts. Then I get there faster and I unlock the tech faster. I get the mech armor faster. I get the EM plants faster. Yes, but I'm stalling out because it'll be, how do we do it? Like on a graph, it'll like be faster to get some tech, but then it'll flatten out. If I go there a little bit later, then I'll be moving faster. So there's this point where if I prepare more now, it'll be more effective later. And the question is then sort of, when is it most valuable for me to prepare in order to go there and don't have to rebuild? And I think my objective is I don't want to rebuild. I don't mind upgrading, but I don't want to rebuild. Which means if I go there and build something that is designed for red belts, then I come in and put green belts in, and it's kind of not really working. Stacks are over green belts, yes, but I don't care about stacks. And that's why speedrunners go Glabber first. No, speedrunners go Glabber first for the biolabs, I would imagine, because biolabs give you 3 times, give you free science. I don't think that if the biolabs was not on Glabber, speedrunners would not go there first. That's I'm not a speedrunner, but that would be my intuitive feel, because stack is not good enough. 3.8 times the science. Oh yeah, it's way more, because it's
Welcome back.
double efficiency and more module slots. Heavy habits. Thank you for the 3 months. The first green belt I make are always for Fulgora scrap processing, but I do a kind of 3 spinning plates method. Get Volcanus self-sustaining, then tinker with Fulgora, and spend so much time reinventing scrap sorter that I just ignore it. Clever. Yeah. Sounds about right. Start playing with the masterclass programs this week. One change I made was to squeeze in 2 chemical plants for explosives somewhere to bring to Volcanus, since it's a bit hard to get sulfur there in the beginning. What do you need explosives for? For this part, I think this build will get the job done, really. This will also just get you explosives if you want to get it. Yeah, well, I think, yes, it's difficult, but on the other hand, if you just have this blueprint, then all you need to think about is just get some sulfur and water in, and then done. So that shouldn't be too big. Do you already have a tungsten patch? No, I do not have a tungsten patch, and that's the core of the problem here. Demolishing the demolisher? No, I'm not going to do. I do that with just an abundance of ammo. But this is the crux of the matter, because it's going to need a lot of resources coming in. And it's going to need a lot of a lot of lubricant. So lubricant is something that's not really a big deal. We can fix that. So lubricant, yes. If we just do this, then it's 48,000 lubricant per minute. Okay, let's do per second. 800 per second. That's still kind of a lot. It doesn't need to run all the time, but 400 here is enough. 1,500 here, I don't think that's going to happen. So, let me see. We'll need... These we'll just have... Oh, these two are green. And this one is red, and this is blue. Okay, so they can be like this. Then, since you only have red belts here, that's going to be gears in each of these, and that'll be the limiting factor, getting gears in here. You need plates, plates, plates. No plates, no plates, no plates. So we just need plates in on this line as well. You don't need anything else. And this one needs a stupid amount of gears and then lubricant, and you need then the tungsten, which will then be maybe like this, or preferably like this. Like, obviously this is not going to be fully saturated, but it's a matter of just getting a sense of what we can achieve with the numbers we have. And like, that's the easy one. Then this will be tungsten, which we obviously can't get in the quantities we want, but that doesn't matter. It'll be something. Let's unlock this one. And this one, so it doesn't become annoying to look at. Oh my god, no! I don't know what I'm doing here. That's an option, right? And then this does not need gears at all. Oh, right, it doesn't work because I also need to... Oh, I can do that here. Symmetry, yay! What? No! No! Damn it. Yeah. Gears, yes, gears, yes, gears, yes. Okay. No gears, yes gears, and no gears. Okay. Do the same pattern as another one. This one. First we'll check that it works, and then we'll figure out how to get it to work. Oh, it also needs like one past here. Are you kidding me? In this design, you could just design it with green belts. Yeah, I know. I'm also thinking about as definitely an option. I don't know. I know I don't have green belts when I'm building it, so it's gonna be like, which one comes first? This is what I love and find frustrating about Space Age, is that there are, because things are split on different planets, there's always this choice of, oh, do I do this now, or do I wait until I have a better option? And everyone will have their own priorities on this, and I think that's great because that gives some more diversity, and it'll just make it much less obvious what is the best, which was a big problem in regular Factorio. There was very little wiggle room in terms of sort of, once you got some good designs, well, they were just good, and there wasn't anything you couldn't really argue about too much about. Oh well, you can fidget this a little bit here or turn this a little bit there, and that'll be a little bit better. So what I want to see is, does it work? Like, why are you not working? It's the absurd amount of tungsten plates here. Why is nothing coming in here? Oh, right. The circuits here. This is greens. And this is reds and blues. Yeah, 1-1 vanilla with salt, yes. And the limiting factor now will of course be this part. Why is it actually not the case? It's actually the shoveling of tungsten plates that's the limiting factor. This one needs a lot. 80 iron gears. Stack size tech level? Yes. Which is something we can expect to get. But as long as we do this, then in order for me to think about this, okay, then what is possible with this? I would need to have this combined with something that makes a lot of gears and a lot of iron plates. Not a lot of iron plates, but some iron plates. Like this is 68 iron plates, but 8 gears. Okay. And then some of this. So it's more a matter of, okay, how do we... What would that look like? With the current tech level. Foundry! There you are. Slight surplus. Don't just please for 3 more foundries to make gears. I mean like here maybe, but that's I'm building it separately just to get a sense of how much it gives me, right? So 12, not a lot. Would that be worthwhile? It doesn't feel worthwhile to do it here. Especially because we have to consider they're kind of expensive. Do you have access to quality? No. Not in a meaningful way. How's this looking? 43? Damn, that really wants to do like this, but then one beacon cannot hit all of them. That gives me only 25. Oh, right, it doesn't work when it's not powered, so we need to power things. Then it works. There we go. So that's not enough. And then we get above 1 belt. Just barely, but we do get above 1 belt. And not even close to keeping up. That's crazy. It's actually half of what we need. Wow. There we go. That's even. And that's more than 60. So this gives us 60. This is a good ratio, right? It's not overly ambitious, but it's kind of there, right? It's good. I'd love to have this on the inside, but I doubt that's the thing. Yeah, it isn't. And the one we always forget. I say we always forget, but I always forget it. And then we just have this on the outside. It kind of bothers me that they are. I mean, there is no problem with this, the fact that they are not connected, but it kind of bothers me that they're not connected on a side-to-side basis. But there's really no reason why they should be. I like you also do 3 turns instead of 1. Yeah, I mean, finding the shift button takes like ages for me, so that's not an option. Basically like this. Maybe even. It's a pretty simple build. This is of course twice as much as we can support, so this is built for the greens. Did you always do purple tech? Yes, we did a small robotized purple tech back on ours, and I hate it, but I think it's actually a good idea. So this build is actually pretty good. Don't forget lights. There we go. Purple signs and novice on color correction. No, they're not, because they're not part of masterclasses yet. So only when they become masterclasses will the blueprint be finished. Otherwise, but if you are a patron support, oh yeah, stone, damn stone. If you're a patron supporter, you can always just grab the save game, and then you will have all the stuff in the save game. How much out? There you go. So now it's spinning. And then yeah. Oh, it's not working. It's this one not working. How much? 1 per second. That's not much. So this should be a full belt. Hello. Oh, because it's a red underground there. Okay. Thought it would replace it. There you go. This should be better. Let's see if it can keep up with a compressed belt. Good. Looks compressed to me. Right, so what if we built another one of these that was just for the iron plates? Would that be too much? No, that's less, but it'll be a fine number. How the hell is this? Oh, right. So this one isn't gonna need this as intense. So this one, still like massive surplus. Still surplus, but okay. So this will make 40, which I think is fine. Then the question becomes, can I make these kind of do this and this one do, oops. I kind of can. But now, since they are sharing in a weird way, they really have to be sharing, being in the same network. Otherwise, it's just weird. How to deal with stone you generate on volcanoes? The best way to deal with it is two ways. No, one way is lava. You throw it into lava, but you can do it in two different ways. You can lead stone into lava, or you can turn stone into landfill and then throw it into lava. Because landfill is a 50-to-1, so if you just make it into landfill, then you simplify it a lot, and that might be really nice to do. Because then robots can pick it up. For example, this case here, this is producing 38. So either it's going to be a full, a belt going straight in, or it becomes 0.8 landfill per second that you need to get rid of. That's not a big deal. So this is kind of what I would do. I'd just turn it into landfill and then get rid of it. Yeah, so this is basically doing what we want. The only thing is, like, how do we deal with the landfill? Because the landfill really shouldn't be... Like, putting it on belt and then taking it out of belt is annoying, but putting it directly in here, it can't be done because they are too close, and then I'd have to move it. But there's also another part is, you know, this doesn't have to be connected. Like, if I'm building this, then I could just look at this thing in total and say, how much do I need for this? Then I can just, okay, I need 378. So if I get 378 in here, then that's going to be fine. Let's do some little experimentation here. That's half. Wow, that was... Oh, this is... What? This is already enough. It was 378, right? So if I do all of this, there's a slight deficit. That's a very small deficit, which could easily be fixed like this. Yeah, so I only need 2 of these. Right? That seems interesting. So wouldn't that actually be easier if I just took... Did this? Because now it's affected by the beacon, and then I can look at this thing in total and say, it's not working. Why the hell is that not working? Oh, because the beacon is not alive yet. There. Oh, the other ones wasn't alive either because it didn't work. Okay. There. The correct number is 945. There we go. That's better. It felt completely weird. So this one, 945, I think we can get there. $945. That's close enough. So this thing is good enough. We're not going to be using this one, yes, but this one, no. Okay. And then might actually want a little bit more because there's the next issue, and that's this one. Which is pretty obviously just going to be built like this. How much would that be? 6. And how much did I want? 150. Yeah, it's probably not going to run at full speed. Let's just say that. But honestly, this one is 14.4. Is that doable to double? Yeah, I think so, but I'm not really sure. It also gets us to pretty close to a full block. Like this very much feels like we got a full block, right? Magical gears. I don't think it matters. Because, well, yes, it does matter. But we'll also produce a little bit of surplus on everything here. So that would have to be scaled down, which is... Like, it's producing 50% more for each level because of the productivity. If there was no productivity, it would be straight ratios here. So it's the productivity that messes with the ratios. So there's a little bit of surplus here for everything and a big surplus for that one. Which means it's not going to be like this. I'm just trying to think, if this is 1/10, then this one is also going to be 1/10. No, it's not, because... Is it though? Yeah, it might actually be. Huh. I'm a little bit in doubt about this. If I scale down... Yeah, I need to scale this down. To say, okay, this is the size that we can expect to get on from one block. And then we will see how much that would require in terms of belts and stuff, right? Right, in terms of gears, yeah. Yeah, I'm putting productivity modules in the stuff that is possible. I'm not putting productivity modules in here because that is not possible. So spare me the suggestion. It's not possible. I'm not putting it in here because it's just lava and I don't care about it, so... There's only one thing that it makes no sense, and that's this one. That makes no sense. No sense at all. Because this is not an intermediate. And yet you can put productivity modules in them. But I think that I need to scale this down so that I need to figure out how many gears I need if I'm producing this much. That's probably the best way of looking at it. But that's not going to be now because my voice is wasted, and we're going to be continuing tomorrow for an extended Factorio stream. But I need to save my voice, so just make them rather than have them. It's of course making them, but there's no reason to make to have two ingredients. One is running at 10% and the other one is running at 100%. Then the whole thing is running at 10% anyway. So if one is designed to hit the rate 10% rate, then the other one doesn't need to be 100%. It can be scaled down to 10%. That's the point. That's why. Can you spend it to one belt of ore? That's I could probably. That's what I'm gonna be looking at. But we'll come back tomorrow. I can also feel that it's not just my voice. It's also the fact that I'm getting a little bit hazy here. So I'm sorry for the short stream. And then Factorio will be back tomorrow. I hope to see you there. So good night. Sorry for the short stream. Hope to see you tomorrow. Otherwise, check out the VODs as usual and the masterclass on Thursday. Good night. Take care and stay effective.